Hi guys, this is the newest edition of the Back Hodler. I'm James, and today I'm going to cover a number of issues concerning Peter Schiff, his none too popular opinions about crypto in general and Bitcoin in particular, the stock-to-flow model, which currently constitutes the main hope, the biggest bit of hopium for all hodlers world over. Some reasons why it might fail, and a number of counter arguments to those theories. And then I'll also take a look at how long the stock to flow model might still be around. And yeah, the latest Bitcoin price drop, of course. All right, so let us get down to it. Peter Schiff. Now, you guys probably all know Peter Schiff. He's a gold bug, and a sort of a celebrity investor. Uh, Most definitely a well-known personality character of the financial scene. And Peter Schiff's opinions about Bitcoin are also quite well known in crypto circles. If you've never heard of the guy, then you're probably a crypto newbie. All right, so what does Peter Schiff think about Bitcoin? Well, he generally thinks that cryptocurrencies do not carry an intrinsic value, unlike gold, which he peddles, and that as such they are destined to fail. He considers them to be more like fads. Let's call them let's call them that, fads. So they're fads, in his opinion, fads which are destined to end up in the dustbin of history. Okay, so in one of his latest tweets, Schiff stated that it looks like the Bitcoin pump is finally over. Get ready for the dump. Now, he said that in response to the nearly $2,000 drop that Bitcoin's experienced over the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, which took its price from around 9,400-ish all the way to 8.8K, where we are currently sitting. So Schiff thinks that this is part of the bell that's tolling for Bitcoin and signaling its end. Now, he's been calling for Bitcoin's demise for a few years now, if I'm correct. So that's hardly a surprise that he would say that. But the conversation that's ensued on Twitter following that tweet is quite hilarious, and yeah, it's a nice bit of back and forth. Now you've got to give it to the guy, to Peter Schiff. He's got a good comeback for pretty much everything that's being said here. Now, first he got the ball rolling by stating that the dump was here, and to which somebody replied, "Peter, in the future, Bitcoin dumps 25%. I told you it would dump. Bitcoin dropped from 100,000 to 75,000." To which Peter Schiff replied, "Keep dreaming. Bitcoin's never going to hit $100,000. Now, he said that in clear defiance of the popular stock-to-flow model, which most believe that will stick around for at least a couple more cycles, halving cycles, that is. So, to that, the other guy says, "Does that mean 100,000 is the price you will admit you were wrong about Bitcoin?" Which is indeed a nice, interesting question there. To which Schiff didn't really say much. And yeah. Okay, so the pump's finally over. Here we go again. And some other cheeky dude over here says, "Have you checked the gold charts lately, Peter?" And she says, "Don't worry about gold, it has real value." And then Uncle Sam here posts a gravestone, Peter Schiff's name on it, and a sort of obituary which states that he died as a result of an April Fool's joke about Bitcoin finally reaching zero. And also that he lived like exactly 100 years there. To which Schiff says, I actually have a much better chance of being around in 2063 than Bitcoin does. So yeah, the guy does have a comeback. He does have a game in this arena here. All right, so what you got to know about Schiff is that his gold bug, as I've said, and that he essentially sells gold. So and yeah, most of his target investors are those who are, in one way or another, involved in the crypto space, who actually have money to spend on cryptos. It is reasonable to assume that someone who spends money on crypto would have some spare money to spend on gold as well. So Mr. Schiff knows what he's doing. He clearly does. He's a skilled salesman as well. So, but given this sort of position of his, you have to take whatever he says about Bitcoin and cryptos in general with more than just a grain of salt. All right, now onto the stock to flow model, which Schiff clearly does not believe in. The stock to flow model says that Bitcoin's price is set to increase by a factor of 10 following every halving as the flow of new Bitcoin into the system decreases compared to the stock and compared to pretty much anything. The flow just goes down and thus increasing the scarcity of the digital currency. Now then, what this model tells us is that from the current 10,000-ish levels, the next halving, which is set to take place in May of 2020, will take the price of Bitcoin all the way up to in the neighborhood of $100,000. Now, some pundits say it'll stop at around 55,000. Others believe that it will overshoot the mark the same way it did last time, and it will land around $200,000, $300,000. Anyway, to those who hold Bitcoins now, even if they don't hold a whole coin, that is absolutely great news. Now, that's what the stock to flow model says. With the next halving, it is supposed to hit, like with the conservative estimates, are that it's supposed to hit around $50,000 with the next halving, the 2020 halving. The 2024 halving will land at around $400,000, and after that, the following halving will take it all the way to around $3 million. So yeah, that's pretty much what Moon Boys mean by Moon and Lambo and all that jazz. Now then, some people believe that the stock to flow model is simply not valid, or that there are at least a few major issues with it. One of these arguments says that it is already priced in. Yes, that $8,800 that you're seeing now already contain the stock to flow increases priced in. So these fabulous jumps to the moon will simply not take place. The main argument behind this theory is that in a reasonably efficient market, something like that, which is known in advance, and we clearly do know when these halvings are going to take place exactly, would already be priced in. Now, a counter argument there could be that the Bitcoin markets are everything but efficient nowadays. Well, all you can hear about is manipulations by whales, by minnows, by other elements of the biosphere, and it's small. It's really small. The market cap compared to gold is minuscule at the present. So the markets cannot be called efficient at all. The other counter argument against the stock to flow model already being priced in is that information is simply not out there. Not many people know about the stock to flow model, so there are investors who put money into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies who do not know about the stock to flow model. And last but not least, and yeah, this might actually be the most valid counter-argument, is that many people do not believe in the stock to flow model, much like Schiff does not believe in it. Yes, it's a nice theory, and thus far the history of Bitcoins existence has pretty much underpinned its validity. But from here on out, there are no guarantees that it's going to hold up. And yeah, it might just all have been a fluke thus far. So yeah, some people simply choose not to believe in the stock-to-flow model. And there you have it. So that's another reason why it might not be priced in already. Now then, as I've already mentioned, the STF, the stock-to-flow model, may not be viable, may not be valid forever. And in regards to that, Plan B says that it's got at least one or two more cycles, halving cycles, to go. So he believes that it'll hold up for at least the 2020 halving, 2024 halving, and the one after that. Now, no matter how I turn that around, that sounds like 3 more cycles to me, but whatever. Even if it just holds up for one, that will still land your Bitcoin above $100,000. So yeah, as a diehard hodler, that should be great news to you. All right, so that being said, let us now take a closer look at why Bitcoin has been slipping lately. We've had a spectacular price drop on on 24 September, where price lost quite a bit of steam, as you can see here, and it has recovered a little bit, but ever since then it's been stuck in a sort of a rut again. And lately, whether I'd like to admit that or not, whenever it gets stuck in a close range like this and it goes sideways for a while, it always tends to break out downwards. Its upward moves are sort of more surprising than the downward drops. So yeah, it might just end up losing a little bit more steam. That's not what the stochastic oscillator tells us, though. As you can see, the price is the asset is actually headed into seriously oversold territory, which means that a rebound might be in the books. And as far as support/resistance levels are concerned, the 50-day EMA, which is drawn up in orange on this chart right here, might just act as the level of resistance that we'll have to watch. The immediate one, situated at $8,950 something-ish dollars. This is the first milestone that needs to be taken for the price to move on up a little further. As you see, this level has sort of acted as a support for a while there, but on November 8th we dropped below it, so it has since gone from support to resistance, obviously. So that's the first level to watch there. If it moves above it, yeah, there might be some more gains in the books. But obviously, there are no guarantees in this regard. Technical analysis is far from being an exact science in regards to cryptocurrencies. All right, guys, so that's it for today. This has been your daily dose of hopium. Well, I don't quite do daily videos just yet, but if this channel happens to gain some traction, and I happen to gain more than 2 subscribers, then yeah, I will seriously consider doing one such video every day. After all, it is well worth it, and I do enjoy sharing my opinions with you. Alright guys, so this has been Back Hodler's latest episode. Keep it tight, and don't sell your bitcoins. Yeah, don't sell them. Hold on tight to them, because yeah, some people say that Bitcoin is going to drop to 0, and I can tell them I've got one message to such peeps. I guess Peter Schiff is one of these guys. I have one message to these people: it will never hit $0, because whenever it reaches 1 cent, I will personally buy up every last one of them. All right, then that's a promise. All right, guys. Well, see you around. Bye-bye.